So just a couple interesting points on the Music Fest. Obviously, it was the inaugural year for that last year. Huge success, greater turnout than they anticipated. Huge positives from AEG Live. They put these festivals on all over the U.S. and the world. They had very high, held the city in very high regard for the partnership. One of the interesting things about festivals is that they try over time to draw out-of-state participation. People come from out-of-state to attend, so over time it becomes a great ED and economic development opportunity. You know, as we eventually get hotels and restaurants, our businesses benefit. They had a 15% attendance rate from out-of-state for last year's event, which is far and away greater than any festival, first-year festival that they've had. They're anticipating even greater out-of-state turnout this year. And I think the best news of all, we had Chuck Morris come before council a few weeks back to announce the dates and let us know that this year AEG will be giving the city, our Quality Community Foundation. We have a foundation that essentially runs fundraising for community grants and runs the city's grant operation. AEG is going to be giving 50 cents of every ticket sold up to the first 80,000 seats. So you can do the quick math on the number there. That'll be given to our Quality Community Foundation to add to our grant pool. If we exceed, I want to say it's
80,000.
Or if we cross that threshold, it actually jumps up to a full $1 on every ticket sold. So
probably about $50,000.
Well, I mean, if we sell 80,000 tickets at $1 a ticket, we're looking at $80,000 plus, and I think they're anticipating attendance closer to 90,000 this year. So, I mean, that's a huge.
And we can thank Councilperson Schneider for initiating and negotiating that. So she did a wonderful job.
Negotiate for the city.
Well,
no, really.
But I think
okay, the wrong word. But
I think the point here is that this festival was initially intended to take place at City Park in Denver, and one of our council members happened to be in a discussion where there was a clear hurdle that the festival was facing in going into City Park, and she was able to suggest that they look at Dick's Sporting Goods Park and at least bring the parties together to begin that discussion, and it ultimately ended up with the city getting the festival. So I think it's a great news story. But
well, yeah, they originally were going to have this in City Park in Denver where the zoo is, and any of you who have been there can visualize having 50,000 people in that area. It's a much smaller area than what we had to spread them out. That would have been a riot. That would have been a terrible place to have this music fest. We got the perfect place in the whole metro area, and I think we're going to continue to see this music fest here for a long time.